Dan Savage, OrlandoMagic.com.
Hey, Mike, over the course of your time with Orlando, what have you enjoyed about being with the Magic, and, what factored into your decision to remain with the team?
I've enjoyed, the ride of making it to the playoffs. We've had some good moments, we've had some ups and downs, but for the most part, it's been fun. We've had great guys on the team. Everybody loves Coach Cliff. We work hard, we compete together, and we just have an overall good core of guys. So that's been the main thing.
All right. Syracuse University graduate, WKMG sports director, Jamie Say.
Cuse is in the house. Michael, just wondering, what your thoughts are on the continuity of the roster. DJ and Wes are gone, but a lot of the same guys are back. Plus, Dwayne Bacon's added to the mix. What do you think? Just about the familiarity with everybody coming back.
I think it's a positive thing that we got, most everybody back. Of course, we're gonna miss DJ and Wes, but that's just, the way the league is, people move on. But, for the most part, we have pretty much everybody coming back. And I think that says something, for our organization that, they believe in us. And I think we're going to be able to gel quickly just because we've all, played together. And, having D-Bay come in and play with us is also big. I think he can contribute to the team. He knows Coach Cliff. He played under him in Charlotte. So he's going to come in already knowing what to expect, and we should gel quick.
Roy Perry, Orlando Sentinel.
Hey, Michael, good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Hey, you're a positive guy. You always, look on the bright side of things when it comes to, your career. How frustrating was the end of last season for you? How quickly did it take for you to kind of get over that? And, maybe what are you most looking forward to this season?
Yeah, I was disappointed, how last season ended. Of course, I wanted to be out there and play. I'm looking forward, one of my main goals this year is to, play as, basically how many of our games there is, 72. I'm trying to, stay healthy the whole year and really, be healthy for the playoffs and make a run at it.
Okay, go back to Jamie Say.
Michael, just wondering, what you think of your core of point guards this year with the addition of Cole Anthony. How much have you seen of him, and how strong is that unit?
I think we got a good group of guards. I've seen Cole play a few times. We've played some 4-on-4s, some 3-on-3s, and some 1s, and he's a talented kid. He's good. I think he's going to contribute to our team, coming in, backing up Markelle. And, I just try to show him, show him, put him in the best positions that he can, succeed in. And, I think we have a good group. He's a talented kid. He makes smart plays. He finds the open man. So, if he keeps that attitude, I think he's going to be a really good player.
Dan Savage, OrlandoMagic.com.
Mike, how much has your versatility been an asset for you, especially your time here in Orlando, both, when you served as a backup point guard, but then also, in the role that you developed into last season where you're playing on the wing and, being a secondary ball handler and an attacker for this team?
Yeah. I think it's something that like you said, that I've learned to play, the backup point guard spot and, to play on the wing if need be. And it's something that I embrace. Things happen throughout the season. Guys get hurt. People play different positions. So, I think it's good for me that, I can be versatile and play, the 1, 2, or the 3.
You're on mute, Joel.
Sorry, Paul Casanova.
Hi, thanks for doing this. Can you give us, I know it was a short off season, but could you tell us a little bit about what you did to get prepared for this season?
At first I kind of waited a little bit for my foot to heal up, and as soon as that was good, I just was, I started working right away, getting in the weight room, getting on the court, trying to get conditioned. Because, I think a lot of people knew that the season was going to kind of start up quick. So, people started to pick up the pace, pretty early.
David Steele, Fox Sports Florida, Orlando Magic.
Hey, Michael. I'm curious. You mentioned a moment ago that your goal is to play all of the 72 games, or certainly as many as possible. What steps are you taking that might be a little different from the way you've approached the season, both yourself and with the medical staff, to get ready for the year?
I want to come in, into the season more conditioned. I feel like, I came in last season pretty good conditioning wise, but, it took me some time to, build that up. And I'm really trying to prepare my body, for the season, conditioning wise and strength wise. I focused on a lot of strength last season because I knew I was going to be coming in playing different positions, but I wanted to take that to, a different level and, be fully conditioned by the time we, start games.
Roy Perry, Orlando Sentinel.
Mike, just curious if other teams showed some interest in you during free agency. Was Orlando your number one choice? And how satisfying is it to have some stability? You've got a 2-year deal, and sort of what does that stability do for you as a player?
Yeah, I had some other interest. Orlando was definitely the place I wanted to be, though, from the beginning. I kind of made that pretty clear. And, I just trust, I trust the system over here. I trust our owners and GMs and our president and, and Coach Cliff and our staff. So I've built a great relationship with them, and this is where I wanted to be. And, it is great to have some stability for myself, but not only for myself, but my family as well. We can start to build a little routine and get comfortable somewhere. And it's definitely a lot more relaxing.
Dan Savage, OrlandoMagic.com.
Mike, you've been one of the more active players in the league when it comes to social justice, doing a number of different things. How have you worked with Coach Cliff and other people in the organization in those endeavors? And, how do you hope to continue them going into this season?
Yeah, sorry. Coach Cliff and I, we've done a lot of things so far, and I think that's going to continue throughout the season. We've met with, many different people that run different programs to help the city of Orlando, with social injustice. We've been to workshops. We've spoken to the sheriff, as you guys know. So we've done a few things, and I can't wait to continue to keep working with the city. And just to help make this, a better place. And, I think that, he does a lot of work. Coach Cliff does a lot of work on his own and brings me a lot, brings me along to a lot of them. So, I love it. And I'm just going to keep fighting the good fight and try to make change for the better.
Go back to Jamie Say, WKMG.
Yeah, Michael, along those same lines, do you feel like you're kind of forming a bond with the city overall then, with your activity in it? And did that go into your kind of decision-making when it came time to figure out where to sign?
I definitely think I'm creating a bond with the city. They see me in a lot of different places and, places that I think you normally wouldn't see. I normally wouldn't see, professional athletes and I go to workshops with, people who are big influencers in town. And, I definitely thought about that, coming back. Making my decision, I felt as though I have put in a lot of time and work here. And, even if I left, I'm sure I would, still keep in touch with Coach and try to make a difference, but it just wouldn't be the same. It didn't ultimately make the choice for me, but I definitely thought about it.
Okay, go back to Dan Savage.
Mike, you're one of the guys who plays with more of an edge on this team. Where does that fire come from? And, how do you make that contagious on the floor to the rest of your teammates?
I just like to compete, from ever since I started playing this game, I love to compete. I am, passionate. I'm just a passionate person. So, it kind of just shows naturally. And, yeah, so I think we have a bunch of great guys on the team. We just happen to have a lot of quiet guys on the team. So I feel like, when I give that energy, they feel comfortable to, show energy. And I try to pull it out of guys all the time. I think that, AG, showing emotion and giving us energy builds up the rest of the team as well. And it goes for everybody on the team. So the more, we can bring that out, I think the better off we'll be.
Roy Perry, Orlando Sentinel.
Michael, in what ways did you see Markelle grow last year as a player, and where do you see him taking a step this season?
Yeah, I thought, last season, I thought he developed his mid-range a lot. I felt like he was more confident shooting it. And, so I think he's got that down base, and he's coming back in better shape as well this year. He's in a lot better shape than he was when he first came into the season last year. So I think that's going to help him a lot. I know defensively, he's been focused on getting better defensively. Even playing the ones and the threes and the fours, you can tell that, even when he guards me, I can tell that he's putting the time, and his body's right. And I think he's going to have a great year.
Okay, Paul Casanova.
Yeah, hi. What are your goals for the season? What do you want to accomplish yourself?
I want to play 72 games. And, I just want to keep contributing to be a positive asset on the team. But my main goal is to be healthy. I think me being available to the team as much as possible is my biggest goal this year. I want to continue to be a leader, shoot better from the three, and play 70 games.
Okay, we have time for a couple more. We'll go back to Jamie Say.
Michael, with a shorter off season, a shorter training camp, so many unknowns about what's ahead in this season because of the way the country is. What do you think the mindset has to be as you approach this season, which could be a lot different?
I feel like each season we start out pretty slow. And then, towards the middle and the end, we pick it up a little bit. So I think, just us getting out to a good start and giving ourselves some room, to work with. I think if we get out to a good start, we're all communicating with each other and, we're doing the right things on the court, it could take us a long way when we get to the, second half of the season.
Okay, and final question, Dan Savage, OrlandoMagic.com.
Hey, Mike, well, we're going to talk to Dwayne Bacon here in a little bit. I don't know if you had the chance to go against him in your career or in practice, but what have you seen from him as a player over the course of his career, or in any time that you may have seen him here?
Yeah, when he was a rookie in Charlotte, I was also here, so I actually played with Dwayne Bacon, and he's a good kid. He's a talented guy. He's another guy that's he has a great pull up. He can score the ball. Defensively, I think he has all the attributes to be a really good defender. I think it's just going to take some time. But I really do think he can come in and help the team.
Great. Okay, we appreciate it, everyone. Michael, thank you for taking